A lot of us have defined ourselves by our achievements. We have defined ourselves by our successes. We have defined ourselves by our failure. In fact, the part that I really want to hammer on are those people who are having problems with their emotions. They feel bad. They feel, sick and tired of life, and they want change. But they are not able to work that change. Why? Because by identifying with their problems, by identifying with bad feelings that they feel inside, they find it difficult to become themselves. I need you to understand that you are not your feelings. The feelings are not even yours, because there are multiple thoughts that are whizzing past your system. It is a case of your identity. It is a case of you identifying with something. How do you identify with something? By focusing on it. I want you, my friend, to change your focus, at least to relocate your focus. Take it away from that which is transitory. Take it away from your feelings. Relocate your position from where you are consistently being haunted by your failures, by your inabilities. In the real sense of the word, you have no failure. What you call failure are experiences that you are amassing in an attempt to hit a mark. That is not called failure. There is nobody that still has breath in their nostrils that is a failure. When you hold on too much onto something, it becomes a problem to you. Your thoughts are around how to become X, how to get Y. Those thoughts are okay as long as they are not self-defining thoughts that to say, if I don't do them, I'm not a human being. I am not a good father. I'm not a good mother. I'm not a good son. I'm not of these things. Because all those things exist because you exist. You don't exist because those things exist. No. You are far superior to your desires. It is because you are. That is why you have a desire. Desire is evidence of life. It is the handwriting that the living make on the tables of time. It is not something that shapes you. You are the one that will be reshaping your desires, not the other way around. If you have a desire that you are not able to reach, which I know if you be following my videos, you know how to reach your desires. Look for my video on enterprise mentality, the dominant desire. Then you can understand what I'm talking about, how to achieve your desires. A lot of the times, what is making us judge ourselves so wrongly is because of wrong approaches that we have taken to life, which are product of our beliefs, unaudited beliefs that we have inherited from the environment. We took these beliefs and ran with them without auditing them before putting them to trial. They fail us point blank, and then we judge ourselves. Instead of judging the belief, reassessing the belief, and moving on, no, we instead judged ourselves because of the failure of the belief. So what I want you to understand that human beings do not fail. It is the approach that they use that fail. Your approach can fail, certainly not you. You don't fail. You never fail to circulate your blood properly. You never fail to breathe properly. You never fail to coordinate. You want to move your hand, you move. You want to move your lips, you move them. That is you working at its perfect form. If you had introduced a negative belief to your motor system, if your motor system at the subconscious level were to listen to certain belief that you acquire about how blood should flow, how circulation should happen, how coordination should happen in the system, of course, you would be experiencing failures in those areas too. Actually, over time, people learn to actually feed in negative thoughts, negative beliefs into their system. Hence, they have blood pressure. Hence, they have blood sugar, inability for them to coordinate and control sugar in their system, inability to control weight, inability to control blood pressure. All of these things are product of negative thought introduced into the subconscious level, where it affects the regulations of our normal biological functions. That is also why some people will have a cut, they will not be able to heal. That is why some people will have cuts, they will not be able to cloth, and the bleeding will continue incessantly until they have to look for external help to bind up the wound. I told somebody some time ago I got struck by a little bit of fever, and they were telling me, what are you going to take? I said, I don't take any medication for fever. I'm not asking not to take medication if you are used to it already, but I have trained my mind to not take medication. Since 2006, I have not been taking medication for any kind of ailment, because I came to the understanding, to the knowledge that the human body heals itself. What we do with medication is to prevent it from deteriorating. And when I am struck by fever or any party or cold, which are the normal things that you had, what I will do is to cease from all the patterns of thinking that I've been operating. I cease from them instantly, and within 24 hours, I'm back to myself. But if you hold on to those thoughts, they will be running in your mind, roiling in your mind, and they will be undoing your peace. And you will find out that your illness will be depreciating. And I also tell somebody, I don't quarrel. I avoid quarrel as much as I can, because if there's anything that makes me break down easily, it is that. We actually see my light practically drop unless I go straight into meditation and go and do the forgiving and forgetting work. If I don't do that immediately, within the next 48 hours, I am down with fever. That is negativity soaking into my system. My system and negativity, they don't cohere. So I avoid every negative thoughts, every negative feelings. In the same way, people are not able to audit their system. They don't know what is good for them. So most of the times when they have fever, when they have cold, all they do is just rush for medication and start taking it. You are having consistent headache. What do you think is the cause? There is no sickness called a headache. Nobody came and knocked you on your head. You didn't hit your head against anything. So why are you having a headache? It simply means that either your system is dirty, you need to cleanse, eat some vegetables, drink enough water and cleanse, or there must be a thought that is roiling on your inside that has taken a long time. For now, you may think you're no longer thinking the thoughts because you have been able to sink the thinking into your subconscious. Your subconscious is running that thought, but you at the conscious level think you are not running the thoughts. So it's about you tracking backwards. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, last month, what were those things that were bothering you a lot? And once you hit on that thought, you will feel the nerve, you will feel the emotion well up again. That is the thought that is causing your headache. You need to sort it. You see, these are the things we need to understand. That instead of us rushing to take medication, most of the times we have headache, we are having that headache from negative thoughts, from certain unresolved emotions in us. What I'm actually asking us to do right now is that you need to refocus your attention. We need to relocate our attention from the regular things we know, from the regular beliefs that we are used to, and begin to create new areas of attention. What I tell people is place no attention on anything that passes, that will go, that fades. Because when you place attention on them, when they go, what happens to you? You become despondent. Because the thing you held on to is no longer there. But the energy you have expended on that thing will haunt you. So I would rather that when you feel happy, just allow it. Let it have its time. When you feel sad, please don't identify with the sadness. Just watch it. I did a video before, a couple of videos before, I talked about you distancing yourself. Once the emotions are on your inside, first of all, do not be so hasty to give the emotion a name. Don't be so hasty to give the emotion a tag. Bad feelings, bad emotions. Who told you negative feelings, negative emotion. Why? Just let the feelings, let the emotion. It has a right to be there. It's not you. It is in space. And that space happens to be just in front of you, just like when you have a house in front of a stream. Things are flowing. They are flowing past. Okay? It doesn't mean that it is yours. Let them flow past. They will pass. So let the emotions that are boiling on your inside have their field. They let them have their time, but do not identify with it. Don't say, this is how I am feeling. No. Tell yourself, this is what I sense in my system. So the idea of saying, I am angry, I am this, is not the best. Somebody sent me a video about somebody saying, be happy right now. He had a good argument that when we were small, we thought when we become adult, we'll be happy. When we became adult, we thought when we have a wife, we have children, we have a job, we have all this. All of those things, I did a video on that before. But the person concluded the video by saying, be happy right now. I said, wow. It is just like telling somebody, you are a teacher. You met a student. You say, pass your exam this time. Yeah, but the student is having a problem passing. The student is having a problem passing the exams. So what you should be doing to that student is giving the student tips on how to read and retain what has been read. Your role as a teacher is to give the students reference materials to study. And if possible, volunteer some tutorials, some guidelines for the students. But when you tell the student, you wrote exam the last time, you didn't pass. You said you will pass, you didn't pass. The last time you said you will pass, you didn't pass. Now you say you will pass. Right now, pass your exam. You have not helped the students. So telling somebody, be happy right now. Happiness is not in the future. It's not enough, because we have mastered from our mother's wombs how to postpone our happiness. So it is an art. It's an art form for us. We are proficient at it. What should be done is how to unlearn that practice. Give somebody principles. And the principle to happiness is what we teach on this channel. Every single video, we tell you the things that if you apply them, you will be happy. Do not embrace any emotions in your system. Do not, I'm not asking you not to celebrate wins. You are free to celebrate your wins and your successes, but do not define yourself by your successes and your wins. That's what I'm saying. You are more than these things. The belief that you are something when you achieve is an erroneous and a disempowering belief. It is a stressor at the end of the day. It is what makes people commit suicide. People who have no strong roots. When they have decided that their future will come when, and then they win, and when after they have won, they find out that there's no happiness there. They just have a fleeting moment of celebration, and then it goes away. They realize that, oh, there's really nothing here. They go for another. When I buy my house, I'll be so happy. You buy your house. So what? You invite friends, some drinks and party and all of that. After that, it fades. Then you go on to the next level. When I buy a yacht, when I buy a copter, oh, when I buy a private jet, you keep shifting. Or, oh, when I go on holidays, I will be happy, and when I come back, I'll be refreshed and be a new person. You go on holidays, you have the fun, you are happy, you tell everybody all the things you experience, you have photographs, you come back, it slowly seeps out, and you return to life as usual. You find out that you have not become that magical person. It has not changed anything. I know a lot of people who have tried to become one thing or another. They have tried to join some societies because they felt that is where their power, their feel good will come from. And of course, there's nothing special about it. The truth is that there is nothing special about anything that happens in this world. They are just mere events. They have their euphoric moments, And when the euphoric moment finishes, when the euphoric moment elapses, what becomes of you? You are permanent. You survive all your experiences. So I say to you, if you really want to be a happy person, if you really want to be a fulfilled person, do not embrace your feelings. They are traps. There is a happiness that is not tied to anything at all. It's just natural to you. It's not because you have achieved or you have gained. No. That happiness is you, the real you. But you have postponed that happiness. You have held it back by saying that you need to now achieve things to get that happiness. That is where the human problems and human predicament came into existence. You shouldn't do anything to be happy. That's what I'm telling you. You shouldn't become anything to be happy, because that thing that is happy is what you are already. And if you can stay in your native happiness, in your native emotions, in your native mood, you will achieve anything that you choose to achieve on earth without any strain. That is the promise I give you. But the ability to stay in your native emotion, in your native mood, is the challenge. Because, like I said earlier, we have mastered the art of happiness postponement, the art of doing to be happy, that we are not now able to unlock the locked up key of our natural goodness, of our natural happiness, of our natural blissfulness, of our natural exuberance and exultancy. You've lost it. The purpose of this channel is to help you get back that natural exuberance, that thing that makes a baby happy. You see a baby? A baby runs up and down, shouting, screaming, jumping up. People are screaming, stop, stop, stop. Whenever I'm with such parents, I say, leave the child alone. Please stop training this child to become like you. I want this child to be better than you. Please leave this child, let this child explore their humanity. Right now, they are human. They are not like you or me. They are perfect. Let them enjoy. That is how a normal human being should be. You shouldn't be bothered about school fees, bothered about exams, anything. And I tell you one thing. If you can become like that child who is happy for nothing, oh goodness, you will find out that there's no problem you cannot solve. Not a problem under the sun that you cannot solve.